Right. Good afternoon, guys. Again, playing Thursday night. Obviously, we talked about the game already and some of the stuff that we liked and some of the stuff we want to work on, and then had some extra time to rest, an extra day to practice and lift, an extra day to get on the road recruiting. But all in all, just all the focus, the entire focus is on just getting better and progressing as a program with our players, both academically and on the football field in the community, and just getting better at just playing harder, playing smarter, working hard to eliminate penalties, keep lifting up our grades, and again, just progress. So that being said, questions, please.
Mario, what are the challenges of preparing for a road game and road crowd regarding the offensive line, and how are they doing in preparing for that?
Well, I mean, the preparation and the process that goes, all the process that go into preparation for going on the road, the only difference is the plane ride, really, because in the off season, the operations director, they do a great job just scouting out the right or the most proximal hotels that have the space, the conference rooms, whatever we need to meet, to walk through. Sometimes we have to have mobility circuits if it's a later game to get the guys up in the morning and make sure they're just not sitting there stagnant and whatnot. So for us, it's, you've heard it for 100 years about how all road trips should be a business trip, Home games are business trips, they're just local business trips, and that's the mentality for this is we need to go play our best football, we see progress, we're getting better, that's all we're focused on.
Yeah, the crowd noise, I'm not sure how many people show up for the Temple game, but crowd noise in particular?
We're always prepared for everything when we go on the road.
Seems like their quarterback does a good job of getting the ball out quick. What type of challenge does that pose for your defense when you face a guy like that?
Well, it's not only that he gets it out to the right person. He's an excellent quarterback. He's really well coached. Obviously, the lineage there, right? He just really sharp, really accurate, and he understands front structures. He understands the back end as well. So he is finding windows really effectively. He's getting the ball out. And the offensive line does a good job protecting him as well, because it's not just all quick game. I mean, there's some drop back, there's play action passing, there's 5, 6, and 7 man protection. So the old line, the backs, the tight ends, I mean, everybody involved in protection, and the scheme itself is challenging, and they find the soft spots in your defense, and they expose opponents.
Mario, there was an article in The Athletic this morning about Shannon Dawson and how he wanted to kind of go for the jugular at the end of the A&M game. How important is that to you? How much did you like that when you were interviewing him and hiring him, that aggressiveness that he brings?
Oh, it's paramount, It's a DNA, it's a trait. It's those positions, require a guy that's a true leader, a guy that has confidence in what he can bring to the table and that instills confidence in the players that are playing in the system. And he does an awesome job of that, and especially in games like that, it's, you're not gonna air it out, or you're not gonna take the air out of the ball. You're gonna have to keep scoring and whatnot, and there's no flinch, there's no hesitation in his play calling.
You went out on the road Friday, and I'm just curious, with the encouraging results to this point that you guys are delivering, are you sensing positive feedback from recruits, high school coaches, in relation to the results you guys have heard?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, it is. You see some of the things that are going on. The momentum is real, and the best part about it, it's just beginning. We're just starting to progress. We're still building. We're still working our way towards what we want to be. But the fact that they've gotten to see us get off to a strong start validates a lot. A lot of the stuff that we talked about through the processes of the guys that are coming out in 24 or 25 and 26. So families get to see that, players get to see that, local coaches, it's great to see them. I mean, as an assistant coach, I spent so much time in this community just getting to know people, meeting people, having them at camps, working with them. It was great to be out just kind of on my own, and have my own day where I could just stop in the different counties and see different games throughout the course of the weekend. So very productive and very exciting for us, just because of the feedback that we received. The reception that we received was really strong.
We've been seeing the workload increase for Ruben Bain. How's he been handling that as a true freshman? How's everything coming along for him?
Yeah, he handles it like a veteran. the workload will continue to increase for him. And players that prove that they can handle it. He certainly has done that. A great offseason made that possible, right? He gained about 15 pounds of muscle, increased every part of every aspect of strength and explosiveness in his body. His conditioning, we've ramped it up, knowing that he's playing more plays or whatnot. He's also, we haven't incorporated him in some of the special teams, but he is also a guy that serves as a reserve guy on special teams as well. So his play count will continue to go up. He can handle it, and you know what? He's impacting the game. He's not just a guy that's taking reps. He's impacting the game.
Xavier Restrepo's off to a productive start. I guess what impresses you about his approach? It seems like he's been a pretty big spark plug guy for you guys.
Just tough. He's a grinder, relentless about his approach to the game. Always finding work, always. I mean, I can't tell you how many times practice is over, he's finding extra reps. In the off season, he's training, and then he's finding more time to train back at home. Always working his craft. Just a very driven, motivated guy, and he wants to see Miami do well. Just a true Hurricane that wants to do well, wants to see the team do well, and we're blessed to have him. He's playing at a really high level.
That group in general, it's a lot of the same guys, right? But they are definitely producing at a higher level this year compared to last year. Right? Do you see a raised confidence level, and how much is that helping them be productive?
Without a doubt, a great offseason, an offseason along with their teammates, more time spent around the quarterback, the offensive line, a new system that allows or provides opportunities for them to make plays. Their body's changing, right? The way that they move now, their ability to accelerate, decelerate, get in and out of breaks, jump, just balance and body control is different. And then a system and a coordinator and a receivers coach, all those guys. Kevin Beard has done a fantastic job with those guys, working along. He's got good analysts as well, and Coach Cooney and Coach Varner, and then Coach Dawson, of course. The impact that he has had has been tremendous for those guys. So they're excited to play. They're excited to show up to work, and because we throw a lot at them. I mean, last week's practices, they might not have been as rigorous as a regular week practice, but it was hard. We made it hard on purpose. And they're showing up with an appetite to get better. So that's a really good sign as to, hey, we want to be good, and we know we got work to do. We're nowhere near where we want to be.
Mario, Temple was an old Big East conference mate with Miami. I looked it up this morning. Saw you played against them, I think, in '92, and then coached against them in '05. Just any memories of being conference mates with them and going against them?
Memories against them, just always a really tough team. Always had really physical players, well-coached players. In that part of the country, haven't spent time up there working at Rutgers and then just recruiting that area at the different stops. Always impressed with the caliber of football, the caliber of coaching, and they've got a really good staff. I mean, these guys are well coached. They play hard. I mean, they get 11 hats of the football on defense, and on offense, they'll try to knock you back and finish you. And if you're just kind of loafing around downfield, you're going to catch one, right underneath the chin. So these guys, my memories with them, obviously we got a chance to play against them, and again, just always really good football players, always.
I want to ask about Jaden Cohen. We haven't asked you about him yet this season. How's he performing to this point? And I'm curious too, because of where he was at previously, how much does that mentality that he learned there help you guys here with knowing how to handle success and whatnot?
Well, I mean, he's performed extremely well. He's been awesome, and a lot of times offensive linemen, the only time you hear about him is when something doesn't go well. I think it'd be great for you to watch tape to see how physically dominant he has been on so many occasions. And then I think it's a testament to him. It's a testament to the culture here, but you got to ask him, but how much he enjoys the challenges, the way we push him here, the building process here, after being in a program that had won, for so long. I think you'll find some really good stuff there, but his contribution as a teammate, as a player, as a performer has been awesome. It really has, and I think his best football is ahead of him too. Best part about him is you could push him. You could push him. You feel he's getting a little bit, a little bit lax in a technique. You could get right after him, and he responds really well. Awesome human being. And blessed to have him here. He's going to keep kicking butt.
Coach, on Thursday after the game, Tyler said how much he's admired the progression of Emory as a true freshman after fall camp entering the early portion of the season. How have you noticed that relationship has benefited each of the production in this expansive offense under Dawson?
Well, I think Coach Dawson has had a tremendous impact on all the quarterbacks, Jakari as well. And, to your question with Emory, yeah, it's been a ton because Emory, when he got here, come springtime, it was a lot, right? Coordinator change, a lot of different things going on. New place, right? First time away from home, so that's a lot coming out of quarterback. But I think both him and Jakari have done a great job taking on the system, taking ownership in the system, just making plays out there. If you watch those guys in practice, you'd feel really confident anytime their number is called or if their number had to be called because of how they're performing. They're ahead of their time a little bit. And again, those are two other guys that we feel their best football's ahead of them too.
At what point did you notice Van Dyke and Emory really gel together on the practice field to the point where they were just knowing each other like the back of their hand and they were to really feed off each other in their production?
At what point did I, one more time?
That relationship really formed, that bond was generated between them on the practice field?
I mean, it's kind of just been forming. It's naturally evolved, very organically, just kind of come about, And I think you're seeing that in different spots on the team, and it's our job as leaders to continue to foster that. You have to. I mean, as you get deeper and deeper into the season, right, your body, you feel a little bit more, and it gets a little bit more challenging and whatnot. And the tighter you are, the better chance you have for success. And we're certainly pushing the envelope as it relates to anything and everything related to team and connecting.
Mario, Jaden Davis, didn't get you in here in time for spring, got here in the summer and went through fall camp. How did he kind of learn the system, learn the culture, and basically learn it well enough to be playing so well for his first few games?
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he knows ball. He was born and raised in the profession and the industry, with his father being a coach for such a long time. Complete professional in the way he approaches everything. He is a great athlete, and he has a natural sense for, very instinctive, just a very natural sense for not only the passing game, but for formations, motions, understanding splits and what they mean as it relates to certain down and distance situations. So, and he's an awesome human being. Again, that's a consistent theme, right? The guys are doing really, really well. He fit right in. I mean, and I'd say more than fit right in. He's become, he does do a good job leading, and he hasn't been overly vocal, maybe because, again, almost the novelty, the newness of, just arriving. But you couldn't ask more from a guy than what we have gotten from Jaden. And another guy that just brings it every single day. So smart. Such a smart player, man. It's a pleasure to be around him every day.
Jaden Wayne seemed like he had an elevated role with some of the guys being out in the last game. How did he perform?
He did well. He did well. We threw him out there. He got a lot of reps. And, Jaden had a great spring, and he was doing really well. Then he got sick and dropped some weight and then was gaining it back throughout camp and is now just starting to fill in and start looking like himself. He played the run really well. He put some pressure on the quarterback. Did a great job. You saw him dropping to the flat, making that open field tackle. It's a big move for a guy who weighs 245, 250 pounds. So just a very promising career for him. Really impressed with what he handled, how much he handled as a freshman, and his workload will continue to increase.
Mario, how's Cam Kinchins doing, and what's the timetable for his return?
Yeah, he's doing well. All the guys that were not available for this game, they're all on the mend. And we feel good about those guys this week and the coming week. So we'll have more details as the week goes on.
How about Jaden Harris? How did he play?
He played well. He played well in his first start. You could tell he was a little bit nervous at first, man. He's a very detailed guy. He cares a ton. He works really hard at it. And he, once he got the jitters out, he performed really, really well. It's carried over to 2 days of practice where you see a lot more confidence already. And again, his role will continue to increase, on not only on defense, but on special teams. And he brings a lot to the table. He's one of the fastest players we have, So, and a great young man. So really happy for him and his success so far.
With Cam being out, was more put on James in terms of communicating on the back end?
Yeah. Well, we put a lot on James regardless, just because he's performed at a high level. I know Coach Guidry trusts him. And he's playing really well. You know, he really does. He's got a lot of energy. He brings it. He's continuing to evolve in the system as well. There's a lot of things that Coach Guidry hasn't called yet that we're looking forward to involving James in. So all in all, he's playing at a really high level, practicing at a high level, and so there'll be some more stuff for him.
Anything else for Coach Cristobal?
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Have a good day.